Hello and welcome to another edition of the Winedown video blogs. I am your host, Ben Franco. Today we have two wines. I was kind of studying two different wines just for my own benefit, but I figured while I was doing this study of these wines, I could include you in on it. I kind of did a little bit of homework beforehand, just kind of trying to get my mind set on the two wines. And I'll share my findings with you. The two wines I have, first one is the Joseph Drouhin. It is a Beaujolais village level. This is 2012, and I believe it's coming in at $15.99. Okay. Second wine is a Pinot Noir. It is Albert Bichot. And that is an old vine Pinot Noir, 2012, basically just Bourgogne level. So just basically coming from anywhere in that area. Same with the Beaujolais, just coming from the Beaujolais area, no place very specific. The reason why I was tasting these two wines is because oftentimes Gamay and Pinot Noir can get a little bit confusing if you're doing some blind tasting. So I'm just trying to kind of align my palate. Sometimes I'll do that. But basically, I'm going to pour both of these, and I'll share my thoughts. So the Beaujolais going first, and again, I don't know if it comes through, but the Beaujolais definitely a very light purple color. You can definitely see your fingers very, very easily. On the first nose, it's lots of blueberries. You get a little bit of cranberry in there. And then one thing that kind of triggers my mind to remember it is I get this kind of candy aroma. And when I say candied, I guess maybe think of some candied fruits. If you were thinking of, if you went to the store and bought those candied kind of fruits and smelled that bag, that's kind of like the reminder I'm getting here. And that's kind of important to think about because this wine goes through a partial carbonic maceration. Carbonic maceration is basically when they basically ferment the grape as it is a whole cluster. They don't crush them, okay? And they're under a cap of carbon dioxide, and basically the whole grape is basically fermented from the inside out. And sometimes that produces this candied aroma. And like I said, for me, it's something for me to remember, but whether or not it's useful information for you, you'll figure it out, I guess. The fruit is very juicy, and it's just a long palate, just continuously producing a lot of acid, tartness. There's definitely cranberries. There's definitely that blueberries that I described earlier, and then that candy, kind of maybe like red licorice, kind of coming through. That's the Beaujolais. The Pinot Noir, again, you can definitely see your fingers through it. It's, I don't know if you can tell, but the Pinot Noir is a little bit darker, just by a hint. But again, maybe with the camera it's hard to see, but for, if you had a white piece of paper in front of you, held them both together, it is a little bit darker. Still that purple color, still see your fingers through it. And the clue for me here is a fresh bed of roses. So if you go and see a fresh bed of roses somewhere and smell the roses, stop and smell the roses. This is kind of what the reminder is for me here, but that's kind of a non-fruit kind of term. But fruit-wise, fresh strawberries comes to mind here, red cherries. And there's like the tiniest hint, like say like maybe you had some, like you went to the store and you bought some like fresh potting soil. Hint, tiny hint of like potting soil kind of going on. But for me, the big clue that I need to hone in on, and I'm kind of deciphering the Pinot Noir for me is the roses, the bed of roses, and for the Beaujolais, it's really that that kind of candied kind of aroma. And I don't know if I've had the pleasure or maybe the displeasure of having a rose-flavored tart. When I was in France, I didn't like it, but now I know what rose flavor is, and I get that. Even though I didn't like the rose flavor in my dessert, I like it in my wine, and that rose flavor sticks in my mind with this with Pinot Noir. So I get that kind of that rose flavor, along with those strawberries, and there are definitely like flavors of pomegranate kind of coming through as well. So I don't know if that, I mean, these are both really great wines. I don't know if I said the Pinot Noir comes in at $17.99. Both really good wines, both really good producers, both light styled wines, but these are both great wines as we're coming into the fall season or Thanksgiving coming up. These are both wines that could be at your Thanksgiving table very easily and match with probably half the food on the table at anybody's Thanksgiving. All right, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. We'll see you next time on the Winedown video blog.